Hello everyone. Today we gather here to understand the Power Automate licensing and pricing. So, how to choose the right plan for your business needs? We'll try to understand in this video. So, before starting this one, let me introduce myself. Myself, Mohammed Shafiuddin. I am Microsoft Dynamics 365 expert. I am having around 10 plus years of experience into Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM. Currently, I am working at Aban Investment, which is located at Dubai in United Arab Emirates. So, I have successfully till now I have renewed 3 MCTs in my career, and apart from that, I am certified Power Platform Solution Architect and Power Platform Developer. So, that's it myself. Let's try to enter into the topic. So here, before starting licensing part, first we try to understand what is Power Automate. So as you can see on the screen, the Power Automate is a tool which is used for the automation of any work. Okay, it might be your task or it might be your workflows or it might be any. And again, if for example, if you want to connect with multiple systems, it might be integrations. For example, you might be need to connect with the Oracle or SAP or Salesforce CRM, different. So here we have a directly inbuilt connectors are there, which is around 300 to 400 plus connectors are there. By using this, within 2 to 3 minutes, you can achieve this requirement. So manual effort, and here we don't need a expertization in like a coding or anything, which is like a very user friendly tool. Okay, is a in 2024 it was like a highly used tool in a worldwide. If you see, there are different tools are there, like Oracle integration cloud and like this different types of tools are there, but compared to those tools in the market worldwide, the one of the most usage tool is Power Automate. Okay, that's it about the Power Automate. Okay, so why this Power Automate is like a is famous because it's a completely low code no code, and again we can use it in a different ways. Okay, if you want to integrate or something, there are connectors are there. By using this we can do anything. Okay, Power Automate. Okay, so why this Power Automate is like a so which type of a licenses are available to get this Power Automate flows? So for your information, Power Automate previously we used to call it as a Microsoft flows, but later on in 2022 the name has been changed from Microsoft flows to Power Automate. Okay, there are three types of a licenses are available in a Power Automate. One is a, as you can see on the screen, one is the free, and second one is the per user and per flow. So we try to understand what is the facilities we have having within these three. So how we can get the free license, and what are the facilities we'll get in a free license, and again whereas coming to the per user and per flow also, what are the limitation, advantages and disadvantages, those all we'll discuss in a detail. Okay, let's try to understand the free plan. So basically, if you are buying any Microsoft ID, which is like a Microsoft account, it is like a very, if you see in Indian rupees, it's around costing around 180 rupees per day. So per month, it is like a per user. So by that you will get an inbuilt feature of the Power Automate, which is compared to, as of now in the market, no one can beat this plan. Okay, no one can beat this plan. It might be Oracle or it might be Nintex or it might be any platform. Okay, so this is the one of the wonderful platform, that Power Platform, which is giving this such a very nice future. Okay, but here by using this free plan we have some limitations. What are those limitations? So you can see per month we can execute only 750 times a flow. Okay, that is the one of the major limitation. Okay, so for example, to design, if you are designing one functionality, so you need to make sure that whatever the workflow you have designed, if you are using the using the free cost, then you need to make sure that this it should run only 750 months, 750 times. Okay, runs again in the month. Okay, if it is not if it is increasing more than 750, then you need to pay separately, and again the once it has been increased, then those will workflow Power Automate flow will be stop working. Okay, so this is the one of the limitation in a free licensing. Now let's discuss about the futures. So as you know that futures, if you see, Microsoft is providing basic automation capabilities, like a Office 365, Outlook, OneDrive, these are the free connectors. Okay, within this, like you can access. So you can store something if you want to send automatically email or automatically OneDrive. If someone is updating in the OneDrive, if you want to use this Power Automate, right? For them, this is the free application, is a very useful. Now, what is the which for whom this like a is a only for a limited individual use we can use this one, for whom it is a very useful. For if you see, there are like a three types of industries we have designed in a market. One is a small scale, medium scale, large scale. So especially in a small scale business also, for personal use, this is the best plan, which is like a coming as a vanilla, as a free of cost. Okay, you don't need to pay any rupees, any dollars, any dirhams, or any reals, okay, any euros. It's a completely free of cost which region you are using this when you are creating a user in a Microsoft. Okay, so by this we'll try to end the free plan. Okay, so now let's try to understand per user plan. So if you see here, cost is free. Okay, but here when you see the cost per user means, for example, I have a company in that there are 10 employees is there. One is Vinith, second one is Anjali, third one is Veera, and fourth one is Shafi. Okay, so for example, if I am buying license only for Vinith, okay, I don't have a license for Veera, I don't have a license for Anjali. Okay, so then it won't not work for the only this, whatever the facilities are there, it will only work for the Vinith. So for Veera and Anjali, Shafi, it will not work. Okay, it's clear, right? Now, so what is the cost? So as of now, it's like a region wise, it might be decrease or increase, but I am giving a standard calculation that per user as of now, as per the Dubai United Arab Emirates, it's a $15 per user per month. Okay, so here Vinith will be, if we have a Vinith as a user, so I need to pay for Vinith $15. Okay, and again, how many times a Vinith can run this flow as a so here you can see 5,000 times. Okay, 5,000 runs you can use this one user, okay, per month. So whereas in a free license, we can execute this one only 750. Okay, as you can see on the screen, only a 750 times you can decrease. Okay, you can see here only a 750 runs only we can decrease. Okay, but whereas coming to the per user plan, we can run this one till 5,000 runs users per month. Now let's try to understand the futures. So here, unlimited flows per user. Okay, here also we have a unlimited flows, but here also we have the same feature, but a unlimited flows per user can create this one. Again, here you need to make sure that it should not increase the 5,000 runs user per month. Okay, and again, here what are the features you will get? So here you have a access to connect with the premium connectors within the $15. Okay, within the $15 you can get like you can connect with premium connectors. What are the premium connectors? So I will list out some top premium connectors like a Dataverse, Salesforce, SQL Server, Oracle. Like this, multiple premium connectors are available in the market. Okay, those all you can connect easily. You can send the request and you can get the response and you can utilize wherever it is required. Okay, now what are the like here again, apart from this, here you can see here in the free we have only inbound integrations like Office 365, Outlook, and OneDrive. So which are limited connectors are available in a free plan. But whereas coming to the user per user plan, you have here, so around, you can see here you are having around, which is you can see multiple premium connectors. You can see as of now 300 to 400 connectors are there. Again, you can, if you don't have a inbuilt connector also, you can create a custom connectors also, which you can use in a this plan. Okay, again, apart from that, approval of workflows and AI builder capabilities also we have. So as of now, the recently Microsoft introduced this copilot things, right? So those also you can utilize in this one. Okay, and again, here we have a short check intervals. So per 1 minute you can those features also you can execute. Here it is we have a limited to individual users, but here we have a multiple persons can like in base in a we can use. So this is the a small scale automation for the personal use. But whereas coming to this one, you can see it's a medium sized business with multiple users. Okay, you can see with multiple users and automating the individual task, it will be helpful. Okay, so this is a completely a small scale industry. This free plan is a very useful as a vanilla instance, which is a free of cost. Okay, you don't need to pay any rupees, any dollars or any dirhams. Okay, but whereas coming to this per user plan, you need to pay $15 per user per month, and you will get here a premium connector like a Dataverse and Salesforce, and here you have a multiple users automating this multiple features. Okay, so like this you can give this one. Okay, now let me go to per flow plan. Okay, so here in per flow plan, if you see, the price get increased here. So earlier per user flow it is a $15. If you see per flow plan, it increased to $500 per flow per month. Okay, you can see $500. It is per user, it is a $15 per month. But if you see here, $500 per month per flow. But if you see here, the capabilities also get increasing. So here you can run only 5,000 runs user per month. But whereas coming to the power flow per flow plan, right, in that you can increase, you can use 15,000. Okay, 15,000 runs flow per month you can use. So here what are the future extra feature we have? So here if you see, as I told you, Vinith, Veera, Anjali, Shafiuddin, four of them are only Veera can access this one. Okay, only Veera have a, we need to create a service principal as a Veera, then only we need to workflow power automate with his name only, it will work. Okay, but whereas coming to this plan, you can see a per flow plan, a shared workflow for a multiple users. So here Anjali can access, Shafiuddin can access, Veera can access, and Vinith can access. So here all of them can access. And again, access to here premium connectors as well. So whatever the connectors here supported in a per user plan, right? The same thing, same features are applicable here also. But the here is the major difference is 15,000 runs flow per month, and again shared workflow per multiple users. Okay, the same remaining all features are same. So for which companies industry this feature will be useful? So this is the large scale organization with the high volume of the shared workflow. This will be used. High volume data, whoever having, right, for them this is the useful. So you can see here these plans are very user friendly as per your, so whoever architect, right, so he will choose the right plan for this one. So you can also give a suggestion by reading this article. Okay, now this is about, we have understood that free plan zero cost, and per user plan we have a $15 per month and 5,000 runs per month. For flow plan you can see here $500 per month per flow and 15,000 per flow, and here it will be used for the multiple users. Now let's try to understand what is the additional cost. As you know that, so everyone, any product is there, so there is terms and conditions are apply downside, it will be written like this, right? So everywhere, so anywhere, any product we are having, so here also we have a some additional cost are there. So what are those additional cost? We can try to understand here. For example, first major thing is, for example, if extra runs, so you are using, you completed 5,000 runs. Okay, after that if you are exceeding your plans run limits, additional to the runs cost, so you need to run additional run cost $0.60 per thousand runs. Okay, $0.60 you need to spend per thousand runs you need to spend. Whereas here AI builders also advanced AI capabilities. You can see here custom connectors connecting to the custom APIs or on-premise data gateway may incur extra cost. Okay, so these are the three areas where you might need to pay extra cost in while using the Dynamics 3, this Power Automate. Okay, so you need to make sure that, so when you are using this features, right, you need to make sure that you might get your organization may need to pay a additional cost for these areas. Okay, now how to choose the right plan? Okay, we try to understand how to choose the right plan, because we have discussed just now free plan, per you follow plan, per user plan. Okay, these three different categories, and medium scale, small scale, large scale, three type of intervals we have discussed. Now what, which can you can, so here you can choose like a free plans for individual and small scale automations we can use. But whereas coming to the per user plan, right, so for a team with a multiple users or individual tasks, so like for example, as I told you, there are different team members are there. So if you want to use for different types of activities they are using, so for them it will be a per user plan will be very helpful to them. Okay, now what then like a per flow plan future is especially with the high value. So if you see per day you might be getting 50 GB like a around sorry 1 GB 10 GB data, like different types of data manipulations you are doing for them. This per flow plan is the best suitable for this. And again, so the high level organization, which is like a very high level organization, so for them the mix of plans, like you can buy some per user plan and you can buy some per flow plan. So this like will be helpful to this will be helpful to you, okay, to run this usage. Okay, so you can use this one combine per user, like you can buy $15 users, like around 5, and again one this one, so it will like you might get some extra privileges to achieve your requirements. So now how to decrease this cost, because as you know that if you are keep on using and creating anything, it might be the cost might be vary, right? So it will be increased. How to optimize this one? So as a architect, as a developers, as a functional consultants, so earlier like a power automate was using by only technical team, but nowadays there are like a testers are using power automate, developers are using power automate, architects are using power automate. So it's a like a multi level type of teams are using. So everyone should aware this of a cost optimization tips. Okay, now what are those? So there are four secrets I have designed for this. So first thing, you need to conduct the batch processing. So where in batch processing and reduce the trigger frequency and monitor the usage, deleted unused flows. So first we'll try to understand, we'll break out one by one. So we'll try to understand in detail about the four. So what is batch processing? So here batch processing combines the multiple actions into a single flow run. So for example, I have 1,000 records. Okay. So for every record, like a different type of a conditions, I am writing one flow, which is not correct. Okay, which is not correct. So it's a your architecture issue. Whoever you are giving the solution, right, which is a, so the guy whoever giving the like a, he is not observing, then this guy is the problem creating for the increasing the cost for your organization. Okay, so you need to observe here whatever the requirement is there. For example, you have a one user story, in that whatever the requirement is there. So previously, is there any such type of a flows has been defined? Within that, you can include this condition or to achieve this requirement or not. So instead of creating the new flow, you can do. Why we need to do this one? So here in one in workflow in one power automate flow, if you are executing 1 lakhs records also, 1 lakh, 2 lakhs records also, it will be considered only as a one run. Okay, one run. So it's a batch processing. Okay, that's the reason you should use this one. You should use this one like a, you should hide this one. You should compulsory monitor this one. Okay, as a Dynamics 365 developer or power tester or architect. So everyone should observe this one. Now, second thing is reduce the trigger frequency. So usually what will happen, customer might request you, I need immediately needs to do update. Okay, you need to convince the customer that in such a way that you need to, so whatever the triggers you are doing, right, so trigger them, like a schedule them like a per day, every day night, or like a whole records. For example, one day whenever records are getting updated, right, at the if records are not getting updated, then don't execute that flow. Okay, don't execute that one, immediately stop. Okay, so there you can create a one major flow, parent flow. From there you can, in the child flows, you can call this one. So whenever we required, so that we can reduce this trigger frequency. Okay, so in that way you can, so don't trigger unnecessarily. So as I have observed in many organizations, the flows have been designed in a such a flow that on change of the field they are triggering, and again for example, if they want to get the updated value, then they are triggering. So every trigger, it's cost for your organization. So you need to make sure this you should save the money of your organization also. Okay, so you need to make sure this trigger frequencies also. Okay, now the third one is the most important one. You need to regularly monitor the users. So which avoids the So what I can tell you here, so in the Power Automate flow only, so whenever you are creating this one, right, you can create one in you can create one Excel sheet. In that Excel sheet, once it is created, right, you can update that one. This many times it has been entered. So what we are doing every day, like we can get a calculation. Overall, the end of the month, you can get a, okay, this many times has been already used, so that you will get a clarity on this. So these are like a engineering, designing, like a architect team who need to take an initiative to introduce. So nowadays, like only blindly we are creating the flows and started using, and again end of the day you need to pay more amount of to your by your organization, which is like a, which is costly. Okay, so you need to monitor the usage. Okay, this is the third one. Now delete unused flows. So there are some unused flows are there which might be running from background. So that functionality is no longer is required. Again, those functionalities are decommissioned. So why still you are using? So you need to delete such type of a flow. So you need to maintain hygiene environment for your Power Automate. So to make use of this powerful tool of Power Automate, you need to make sure, because no one here, Microsoft will not come here and to tell you that do this one, do this one. So as a architect, as a developer, as a functional consultant, as a tester, you need to do your initiative. Okay, so now let's try to take some example scenarios by which we can understand where it will be like a suitable and how it will be helpful. Okay, so for example, scenario one. So you can see here, small business with a 5 user automating the individual. So recommended, the here you can get the per user plan, which is like a, because it's a small user only for so you can buy here 5 users, which will is 5 into 75 per month you can get. It will be like a less cost. Okay, you can get 5 users for the small type of a business user. So this plan will be a best. So here only for 5 users you can buy license. You can start making use only those 5 licenses. Whereas coming to the medium-sized company, right? For them, I can suggest that per flow plan you can use here. So two flows, and again, which is like a two flow plans, which is like 1,000 per month, and two flows will be into 500, which will be very helpful to you. Okay, here it will be costing, the bill you are getting around $1,000, and here you can get only $75. Okay, see here, very difference is there. Okay, you need to understand this one before like start using these futures. Okay, so you need to make sure this one using the future is not a good, is not you are not doing such a miracle. You need to use it in a hygienic way, so which will be your organization should get benefited, and you should be in a such a condition in that whatever the things you are doing, it should not impact the other things. Okay, now the third plan I can suggest here, mixed usage. So you can use here, for example, one shared workflow plus 10 individual users. So he can, here you can get the like a one is like a 500 per flow plan you can take, and again 10 users 15 into 10, which is costing around 150. Okay, so total 750 per month. This one mixed usage plan you can take this one. So this is also very helpful to you. So most of the organizations will take recommended plan is per user plan if it is a small, and this one like a second, it is this one mixed plan. So it's might in your case, which example scenario is suitable to you, you can take this one. Okay, now let's try to understand, sir, there is already out of box workflows are there frequently and straightforward. Why we what is the difference between them? Why this like a out of box workflows are not costing us, and but Power Automate flows are like a we need to pay money? What is the difference? So here first we need to understand. I have some questions here listed out. Why use the out of box workflow? So basically, avoid using for simple activities Power Automate. So you can save your triggers. Here you can use the out of box workflow, because here you don't need to pay a single $0 also for a workflow, which is included within the plan of the Microsoft Dynamics 365 CRM. So you don't need to pay money. So you can try to use the out of workflow. But here we have a some limited triggers. Okay, use those if you are, there is a limited triggers are there, right? So only if it is not supported, then only go with the Power Automate. If it is possible, then go do it through the out of box workflow only, so that you can save money, you can save runs, you can save time, you can save everything. Okay, so here you can see Out of box workflow do not consume power automate triggers, saving your run limits. For example, complex workflow. So here, how many times you are running, those all will be not monitoring by the Microsoft. Okay, it's like a completely, for example, how many, if you want to trigger it 1,000, 10,000, 2,000, 3,000 also, which is a free of cost. We don't need to pay money separately for this future for using the out of box workflow. So I suggest you uh, to use this for easy straightforward requirements. You can start using the out of box workflow only. Don't go with the power automate. Now when to use so as I send you, frequent repetitive task is there. So for example, sending email, so which is a frequent, so you don't need to use here for sending email power automate. So you can try to use this one. Still Microsoft is using supported for the out of box workflow. Earlier also we are sending emails, until unless you don't have a high level of a customization in a email template, then you can use this out of box workflow. For you this feature is a very user friendly. Okay, you can use this one here. And again, for example, you don't want to get the external systems like a Oracle and this one within the internal entities itself. If you want to play, then out of box workflows are very useful. Then you can use. And again, for simple automation, does not require advanced logic or external. For them also, these out of box workflows are very useful. So as I told you here, sending an email when a lead is created. So you don't need to create a automate because it's costing you and your organization. Okay, so make sure that do not create a power automate, so that you can use this out already as a vanilla flavor is there out of box workflow. You can use and update a field when a record status is changing. So the same thing, you can use this one power automate. See, out of box workflow, create a task. This is step of it. So what are the benefits by using this one? So here, reduce the number of power automate triggers used and keep your power automates runs available for the more complex workflow. Whenever required complex thing, then only go with the power automate. And again, here no need a additional licensing cost because it's a completely low code no code concept, and again which is no need to, out of box. Okay, you don't need to. Now out of box workflow versus power automate. So what is the difference between out of box workflows and power automate? Because there is, we'll try to understand in detail about this one. Because there is, basically out of box workflows are a free of cost and which is included only in Dynamics 365 CRM. But whereas coming to the power automate, it is a free plan or a paid plan as we discussed earlier, but it is a plans are required. Okay, we need to use this one. Okay, either free plan or paid plan is required. And whereas coming to the triggers, here we don't have a triggering limit, so you need to trigger this many times, and within this license we don't have a such type of a limitations in out of box workflows. But whereas coming to the consumes the power automate triggers, as I said to this one. So till here, the lead role was playing by the out of box workflow. As you can see in the verses here also, champion is out of box workflow. In this also integration. So here Dynamics 365 only we can integrate with the out of box. Now here the champion is power automate, connect to the external system. So now here the game won by the power automate. As you can see, connects to the external system, which you cannot do it in a out of box workflow. Okay, so at that point of time you can use the connect to the external system. So best for simple and frequent tasks. But here you can see complex and advanced workflow, this is the best. So that's the reason again here we can make you like a power automate plays a higher intervention. And again, example scenarios. Here you can see, for example, if you want to update within here, still like a till here my power automate was leading, and again you can see examples of use cases. You can normally within the sending email to like a lead creation, whatever it is happening within the Dynamics 365 CRM. So you can use out of box workflows. Okay, but whereas coming to the external areas, so you want to whenever something is getting approval, you need a approval from the third party system. So you at that time you can use the power automate. Okay, these are the basic some you differences between the out of box workflow and power automate. Now let's try to give a key message by this video what I was trying to tell you. Okay, so here you can see use out of box workflow for frequent and straightforward tasks to save power automate triggers and reduce the cost. Whereas coming to the power automate, is reserved for complex workflows that require external integrations or advanced feature. Don't waste like a Power Automate runs unnecessarily. It's not if it is not required. Thank you. That's it. Let's meet in next video. Thank you.